right, I just got a really good question about thumb mechanics, meaning like how are you supposed to pluck correctly with your thumb? And also including doing a palm mute. This is with no palm mute sound, and this is with the palm mute sound. Okay, I'm gonna draw on my palm here to show you like where exactly it is. So first, karate chop down, rotate your wrist over, and then curl your fingers in. And what happens is, if you can see from this angle now, the palm mute is really only on the bottom 3 strings, and it is on this spot right here. That's where the palm mute is going to be. It's not all the way across here. It's not this. Okay, you see, like I'm saying karate chop down, so you might think, oh, I should be using this part. It's also not this here. Okay, it's where the circle is. Okay, and why we have the circle there, so now I'm putting karate chop down and I rotate over. What happens is on the circle there, on that circle part, what happens is that spot will mute basically just the low strings. So when you do palm mute, you don't need to palm mute all 6 strings, and in fact, you shouldn't. There are different occasions where if you want to palm mute those higher strings, you have to kind of reorient your hand, but that doesn't come up much. That's a specialty technique. That's not really for blues. Blues stuff, we palm mute the low strings, so we can have this sound versus, right, this kind of more uncontrolled sound is not part of the kind of blues tradition. But the other part is, notice now, I'm trying to exaggerate that and so you can see. These, see how these higher notes, those notes aren't palm muted, and that's so that if you're playing Delta blues and stuff that's harder on the future, you want those notes to ring out. So we're only really trying to palm mute the low string. So that's the answer. So this is, everybody should do this if you're struggling with this. Karate chop, wrist down, and then just like that, thumb down, curl your fingers in. Okay, and then you're gonna pull your thumb up so that it's parallel with the strings. Then from this point, you should be pretty good with going through all the strings. Now, another thing, do not pluck like this with your thumb knuckle. Do not use that. That should never move at all. And if it moves a little bit, only maybe just the slightest amount. Second, do not move this part of your thumb either. Okay? These are incredibly weak muscles. They're so weak that you're literally risking injury by doing that. It's not just bad technique, it's terrible technique to do that. It's not terrible if you're doing that. It's okay, you're learning, but it's not good technique. We want to use this big muscle on your thumb. This muscle here moves your whole thumb like this to close the hand. And notice when I'm doing this now, this part of my knuckle doesn't move, and this doesn't move either. It's the whole thumb moves from all the way back here. Okay, and it's really incredibly hard to see that motion. I know, like, because I'm going fast, it might appear that those knuckles are flexing a little bit or bending a little bit. And a tiny bit of bend is okay, but make sure that you're not powering the motion like this. It needs to be like this. Okay, see, that's the big muscle that's gonna move your thumb. Okay. Now, if you already have been plucking like this for a while, it's okay. You're just gonna have to reprogram that over time. It's not something that you're gonna do overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of reprogramming. Be aware of it first, and then just start to play like that, okay? How do you check yourself? 1, sit yourself in front of a mirror, or even better, sit yourself in front of your camera, exactly how I have now. I can see myself. And that way you can actually like see what your hand looks like. If I'm looking straight down, it's incredibly hard to really see all the details. But if I look at myself in the camera view, or if you're sitting in front of a mirror or something, you can really analyze the way that you're playing. A camera is better because then you're set up to record yourself right away. Okay. Now, if you're sitting here and you're wondering, am I doing this right? That's the time for you to send me the videos, okay? So send me a video as a private DM of your playing, and I'll tell you if you're doing it right or if you need to adjust your right hand, okay? I hope this is helpful. This is a good question, and keep asking those good questions, all right? Talk to y'all soon. All right, cool. So as a bonus for FJ members and kind of a heads up for next week, we're going to be doing an etude using sixth harmony, which means it's this sound. So I'm going to give you something to practice right now so you can be ready for next week's etude, which is just going to be putting those in context of a 12-bar blues. So this is what you're going to try to play. So sixth harmony, you don't really need to know what it means. It's just this sound. Okay. So the way that you should set this up is we're playing this over E. And what I want you to do is come up here to the 12th fret and play with these two fingers. 12th fret on the first string. Your second finger is going to play the 13th fret on the G string, the third string. Okay. And it's good if you can try to pluck the E string too, so you can kind of hear how it sounds against that bass note. Okay. Now here's what you practice. Play this shape, then slide this shape down a whole step, meaning 2 frets. Okay. Then we're going to slide down your middle finger 2 frets, or 1 more whole step, but this time we're going to use our third finger to play this shape. This is the second shape. There's only 2 shapes when you play these sixth harmonies. And the cool thing is it works on different string sets as well. But again, from here, 1, 2, 3, that's the second shape. Now we're going to slide that same shape down to here. Okay, so now we're on the 7th fret and 7th fret. Now we're going to slide back down, and now we're going to go back to this shape, which is 5th fret, first finger on the 5th fret, second finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, and then back to the second shape, the straight across shape on the 4th fret. Okay, 2 more. 2nd fret, and 1st fret and open. Okay, practice that just going up and down for now, but really root it, meaning mentally I want you to see that this is the note E and this is the shape we do. The second most important thing that I mentioned here is that this second finger is what we call our guide finger. So that's what we're following down. That finger never changes, meaning it never goes onto a different string. We're alternating between this shape and that shape. Okay. Come back next week, we'll do the etude, but start practicing this now. All right?